So with this Matamata turtle, you need extremely low pH, anywhere from 5 to 6. It helps that I have a lot of tannins in here. My water comes out around like 7 neutral, and even with all this tannins and stuff in it, it's still at 6.8. After scouring the internet, we looked up sphagnum moss, I looked up pH down, and that's just totally unstable. And I wanted something to, you know, not gradually bring it down, but like just slowly bring it down and naturally bring it down. So alder cones was one of my favorite ways to do it when I had shrimp. The local place next to me happens to be Flip Aquatics. Now they sell this big old thing for like 10 bucks. So that is a really good deal. So I'm gonna put this whole bag in here and hopefully bring the pH down a lot more, give it a lot more tannins, but also I picked up something from Aquatics called Blackwater. So I got this volcanic lava kind of substrate. Rob told me it will bring my pH down by a lot, and I think I'm gonna put it inside these filter media bags. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. All the leaves that you see here are currently from Aquarium Co-op, so go ahead and check that out. And the green leaves, guava leaves, and magnolia leaves and stuff like that are from Untitled Aquatics. So it's a little bit of everything from everywhere that I found. All these big old pieces of wood I got from something fishy. Just to let you guys know, you know, Koi did give me the leaves, so you know, it is sponsored, the leaves and everything. But this stuff I did get from Rob, and I'm gonna give this stuff a try. I don't wanna dirty the substrate more than it is. It's not dirty, but I like the sand just being the sand. I don't want to mix it up with this just in case I want to redecorate and like just rescape everything. So I will put this stuff in this media bag. Let's just dump all this stuff in, and we'll take some readings in a couple of days and find out if it really works, right? So in here, it's an aquarium cone mix. I thought it was super cool because I get a lot of different textures inside of it. This is not a true biotope, what I'm going for, but it does look natural, and it does look like, you know, it's from the wild. I'm probably gonna regret just dumping all this in here. While I was at Rob's place, they did have all these bigger alder cones right here, and they had these little pod things. I have no idea what these are, but I'm throwing them anyways. And they had these bigger pod things right here. I saw them on Untitled Aquatics, but I didn't grab them, and I totally do regret it, but I am throwing these in there and this stuff. So it's gonna take a few days to sink and leach out all the tannins. All right, so what does this say here? Basic, add 5 milliliters, 1 cap full of Blackwater per 20 US gallons of aquarium water once a week. When used in this fashion, 250 milliliters treats up to 1,000 US gallons. Just gonna do 1. I'm gonna do 2 for now since I have all this stuff in there. That's a weird color. Now Rob told me that it would bring a weird color in there, and that looks neon green. And if you wanna see what this stuff looks like, there it is. All right guys, it's been about 5 days, and after testing the water, it is about 6.6. Now I do blame that on my KH and GH, so the only other way to go about this is to get an RO system. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna chime in tomorrow and maybe change the water here and then finish out this video. All right, it's been about 6 days since I threw in all the alder cones and all the pods and stuff like that. I've done about maybe 3 or 4 water changes. The second day, you could not see anything. You couldn't see like an inch in front of you. It was just like black coffee. It looked like Coca-Cola was poured into this tank. And it took a lot of water changes to get it a little bit clearer. Now it's more of a murky caramel color. She's over here perched on one of the pieces of wood. I find that she is there quite often. Otherwise, she'll be down there. She'll be like this, like waiting for fish. And she does eat the fish. She has rejected earthworms. I tried feeding it to her maybe 3 times now, and every time she'll either bite it and then spit it back out, or she won't even try to bite it at all. The tank stays at a warm 79 degrees. I got an Aquarium Pro Heater 300 right there, and one of the E series, one of the stronger ones. I think that's a 250, 200, something like that. I did redo the lighting fixture. Someone recommended to me that I should try the magnetic hooks because I have ventilation up top and I couldn't really drill into them. And so the magnetic hooks work, and they're pretty awesome, and they can hold like 65 pounds, and this light is just like basically nothing, right? That's all the changes. I got the UVB bulbs in here. Everything is looking good. I got As you can see back here, I lined the whole tank up with catappa leaves. Otherwise, you can see in the back there's a bunch of boxes. So I really wanted this tank to be visible 360, so you could walk around the whole tank. But as I got along further into the project, I could see that that's not really feasible until I can get a canister filter, because all these sponge filters in the back just make for an ugly sight back here. So for now, I will block it off with the catappa leaves, and I think it looks pretty good. And we're gonna go check about some bettas. And first, let's look at this quarantine tank that I have set up over here. It's kind of all right, this is the little 20-gallon quarantine tank. As you can see, it's just bare minimum. I have 3 spiderwood pieces here that I just try to waterlog before I put them in any other tanks. And I have a couple of rosy red minnows, just making sure they don't have any funguses, any worms or anything like that. They're eating well, and then once they eat well and stuff like that, they'll go over to the turtle tank. The tank is just equipped with a regular sponge filter, a pre-filter with a Aqua Clear 20. Other than that, you know, it just runs pretty smoothly. And this will be my, you know, temporary quarantine tank until I can get a stand for it, because it's on cement blocks. All right, before we move on to go to the male bettas, I want to show you my female bettas, because in my last video, someone said that the water is appalling and they're supposed to have a heater. This room, my kitchen, always stays like at least 82. It's so hot in here. And when it gets to the fall and it gets colder, I will put a heater. But look at them. This is all just tannin water. These are wild bettas. So I put like a bunch of leaves in there and alder cones. And I change the water every day. There's my water thing there. And like, when people say that, you know, kind of don't know how to take care of your fish, it kind of upsets me, because it's pretty much like your kids, right? If someone says, hey, you're a bad parent, of course you're gonna say something. So I want to address that. And the water is just brown like this because of all the tannins. And look how happy they are. This one, you can barely see her. This is the alien betta female, and she has her horizontal bars, and so does the betta smaragdina. Someone's got to teach me how to say that. They're doing just fine, okay? They're fine. They're fine. It's really hot in here. On to the males. They're over there. All right, so these are my male bettas. There's one up there. Wow, look at him. What are you flaring at, buddy? And this is the other one, the alien betta. Of course, you can't see him right now. I'll probably get some B-roll to overlay, because this is just crappy. His name is Marvin, the alien betta. Too bad he couldn't be Marvin the Martian betta, but it is what it is. Lizzie gave me a bunch of plants to put in here, so they're kind of just coming back now, because they were without like any kind of light for like 5 days. In the middle here, I have my pothos plant with you know, a couple of decorations and the light that comes on for moonlight and all that stuff that I talked about in my last video, I think. But yeah, these are my alien bettas. This is elephant stone down here that I got from Untitled Aquatics, so go check them out. I'll have the links in the description below. And the catappa leaves I got from Corey, of course. But yeah, this rock I actually got from my local fish store called RMS. So huge shout out to RMS. This guy I've been trying to breed for, you know, for a few days now. I introduced the female. You can see he's making that crazy bubble nest, right? And so I introduced the female for like 15 minutes at a time. He kind of chases her around a little bit. And then after, you know, probably an hour, I'd take him out and put her back in her little jar and keep on going from there until I get some progress. I've been filming the progress lately, and it looks better and better every time I put them in there, but nothing for now. So, all right, let's wrap this up. All right, if you guys like today's video, make sure you hit that like button. If you guys don't, hit that dislike twice, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Back to playing some Red Dead Redemption. This game is awesome. Oh yeah, I haven't figured out a name for the turtle yet, but I'm leaning really close to Rima. Thank you to the turtle girl. Go check her out up there. And I really like Maddie. For some reason, Maddie, the Mata turtle, is just awesome. All right, I'll see you guys on the next one.